everybody now. Put that middle piece down there.
What middle?
Yeah, right there in the middle of the shit, right there.
Down there. Put it down.
Oh my God, that you don't know.
No, I thought you were talking about the fucking picture.
Yeah. Let me see that a little more. I think I got everything under control. Dad, you know how to go to YouTube?
No. Don't do
This
YouTube.
knockout is absolutely brutal.
Don't do YouTube. You do that shit.
Why you don't do YouTube?
I just don't. I don't look at YouTube.
Oh, yeah. See that more. Yeah, we live. Think I got everything. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. As you can see, got my pops in the house, man. Shout out to my pops, man. Got him in the house, man. Big Traps in the house, man. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Nicole. Yo, everybody, man, hit that share button, hit that like button, and understand we back today. Oh, yeah, I got my pops in the building. Spontaneously, we're supposed to be having Big Vic in the building, man. Shout out to Chief Rocker. You know what I'm saying? He's late. He's him and Big Vic. I don't know where you and Big Vic out, man. But y'all better pull up. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Yole. Good morning, everybody. Nicole, good morning. Hey, you can't even read that from there. Your eyes, Dad, man. You can't read. What's that say, Dad?
Nicole Fairweather. I'm looking at Morning Pops.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I'm blind, but I ain't that.
Okay, man. First and foremost, man, shout out to Fit First, man. My brother Joe Leezy and my whole Fit First crew, man. What's good with you, man? If y'all went over there and got you a no longer trap Fupa burner package, man, I don't know what you doing, bruh. Shout out to Queen City Fresh. If your car ain't Queen City Fresh, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Oh, we got a lot of people in the building. Oh my God, we back. Hit that share button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you ain't subscribed, go subscribe right now. You already know, man, it's the No Longer Trap podcast, man. We lit. I got my pops in the building this morning, man. We're going to talk a little bit about life. We're going to talk about everything. We're just going to travel. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my father was already traveling this morning. You know what I'm saying? We was already building this morning, man. Shout out to everybody that be at the powwow this weekend, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody that helped clean up the areas, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't got nothing to do this weekend, man, come on down to South Kingston, man, and get with us, man. You heard? Unique. What's up, brother? Miss Jackson, good morning. Good morning, Miss Jackson. All right. Shout out to Uncle Benny, man. I know Uncle Benny's on the board. All right, let me get it play. Let me get some law and order here. Let me get some law and order here. Hiya. Let's go, man. It's the No Longer Trap podcast, man. You already know, man. Good morning to y'all, man. Peggy, Alicia, good morning. Yoli, good morning. Everybody, good morning. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. You already know we lit. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, we're going to travel around. I got my pops, man. I'm going to ask y'all what y'all want to talk. We got a few things, man, we're going to talk about, man. We got Chief Rocker supposed to be pulling up in the building. Spike Vic. Also, so we got a father. We're going to have these guys in there, man. Use motherfuckers. Use the past 20, Dad. Use the past 20. Big Vic got 60 himself, I think, Dad. That's what I'm saying. So you're almost at 30.
You know, not biological, but you know, I raised to it, you know, like mother.
Yeah, the same here.
I raised 2 or 3 kids, so I really really got
Oh,
more.
we're gonna talk about that too. Oh man, that's one of the things we are gonna talk about. You know what I'm saying? Fatherhood and
Well, let me just the topic.
all right, come here, Dad. You got step. Get up for 1 second, Dad. I forgot to move this over because I forgot you old. You know what I'm saying? I need you up on the mic. Pause. There you go, Dad. Because I know you got your back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is good.
Is good. You want me to get you a pillow?
Nah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So go ahead. So what was you gonna say?
I don't know what was we talking about now. You done fucked me all up. I had a line all set for you, and you
No,
fucked up.
no. We was talking about step kids.
Oh yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yep. Yeah, you know, for me, it's like just because they're not biological, that don't mean they ain't yours. I was raised that, you know, if I was with a girl and she had a child, you know, and if I cared about it and she cared about me, man, that child is part of me, man. You know what I mean? I gotta be there. I gotta do that. But there's a lot of guys that feel like, you know, it ain't my fucking kid. I'm just here for the, you know,
When
nasty.
all right, so I'm gonna ask you this: when is you supposed to be thinking that? I mean, I don't even know how to get the words.
I think I know where you're going.
Like,
you know.
how do you know when he's your step kid? When it's I don't know.
Well, God will put that in your path, but it just takes time. It just takes time. I mean, you know,
That's a fact.
it takes time, and
That's a fact.
You know, time heals everything, and that's like I was thinking about Anderson, the one that my boy, the one that had the long hair.
Oh, Kanad.
Yeah, he loves you, man. Like,
Yeah, that's my
He
boy.
don't care if you're
That's
his
my
fucking
boy.
biological. You know, he don't care if I'm his biological grandfather.
Yeah.
I'm grandpa to him.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah.
I love and I respect that young man for that.
Facts.
And that
Facts.
just shows that he was raised right by his
Mhm.
mother and, you know, his family. I mean, basically.
And my thing is this, Dad. When my only part, I got all that. I get all that. My part was after the relationship's over. How did how did you deal with your stepkids after the relationship was over?
In all honesty, and believe this, my relationship never changed with my stepkids. Just because me and her mother broke up. I swear to God, I love those kids like they're mine.
Yeah.
That mother Ray is my daughter. I don't care if I didn't make her, but she's my daughter. Mother's my daughter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just
sister.
the way it is. That's your sister. That's right. She'll tell you that in a minute. That's my bro.
Shit. Yeah, it was that. But
it is what it is, man. And you know, it's about how you fucking, you know, go into it. That's what you get out of it. And I went into it with you know, my eyes wide open, especially with mother. You know what I mean? Because at that time I had a little problem. I had a little narcotic problem.
mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's a story.
All right, that's another story.
Yeah, we'll get into that too.
Dad, why do you think I couldn't embrace my stepfather?
I think you just had too much love and respect for me, and I think that you might have felt in your heart, even though it wasn't true, that you were betraying me by, you know, I can't love this dude, man. That shit, I love my father. Fuck that. I don't care about that. When I think 50-50 would have been good, you know, because
I think I cheated myself out of having a great stepfather. Shout out to my stepfather, Roland Nixon.
Oh yeah, my.
You know what I'm saying, Big Ro. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Now me and him, you know what I'm saying? I love him to death. You know what I'm saying? But when I was growing up, I never embraced him. And I never embraced him because of exactly what you said. You understand what I'm saying? I always thought that, but all right, I'm gonna say this. I always thought that I would be betraying you by loving my stepfather, being with my stepfather. You understand what I'm saying? But I became a man and I became a stepfather. I knew that.
That's right.
And that I robbed Roland out of a stepson, robbed myself out of having a stepfather. And I tell all of the stepfathers, salute to y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Salute to all of the stepfathers, the men that stepped in the lives of these children.
That's right. That's
you understand what I'm saying? Because we don't get enough props, Dad. I don't even say. I can't even say props because I don't want
Credit.
none.
You don't get enough.
I don't
credit.
want none, Dad, for
Right,
that.
but
You know what I'm saying?
You deserve
I don't-
it. You might not want it, but you deserve it. If you deserve it, you deserve it. You know, people don't go around patting themselves on the back, but when they deserve it, they deserve it.
Yeah,
You know? And that's one of the things I highly respect. A stepfather. I love a person that can step up, even though he's not the biological.
But Dad,
child.
can we say this though too? You was young-minded at that time too, because when I was fighting with my stepfather, you was right with me going, fuck that motherfucker. Yup, he don't got it. My son's coming with me. But instead of you saying to me, yo, man, you gotta embrace your stepfather. So you gotta say that you was young-minded in that situation
I
too.
say I was young, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you this. I was still in love with your mother. So,
Yeah.
you know, with Roland, and I might not act like it, but I still was in love with your mother at that time. Not in love, but I loved your mother. And, you know, so if I done any or said anything foolish, it's probably because of that.
Well, because of that you were still in love with my mother factor, and not the fact that you was just young-minded and you didn't.
I think both. I think of both. But you know, in all honesty, you know, women wasn't the problem for me back in them days.
Yeah.
Shit.
I understand that, but when we talk about me taking accountability for missing my step opportunities, you got to take accountability to say, yo, you know what? I should have been more on you to say, yo, embrace your stepfather. Nah? He didn't want me to love my stepfather. Just say that.
No, that's not what I'm saying, though. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's not what I'm saying. I didn't say, you know, I never said those words, especially with Roland, because I like Roland. Me and Roland's always been cool. Even before he started messing with your mother, me and Roland was cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't really know how to put it. You know, it is.
Like I said, it's a level of pain and hurt on my father. I wasn't because of how he loved my mother. Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Now moving on. Let's moving on. Now, having multiple babies' mothers, different personalities.
Tell me about it. You know how many I got?
I know, but I'm saying, how did you come to function and come to peace with all your babies' mothers?
I don't think I ever did, and I don't think I ever will. Shit.
Hey, yo, see, I don't make this shit up. I don't make this shit up. This is why. This is why.
This is why you got me here. See that?
No. This is why my life's messed up. I get it from you.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, but I can't.
But the only thing I can say though is everybody has choices, and you can say, "Well, I got it from you," but you had a choice to do this or do that, or don't do this or don't do that. Now, maybe I had a little influence over you in some areas with that, but for the most part, the choices you make are the choices you make, and you got to live with those choices, bro. You know what I mean?
You always told me that.
Yeah.
No matter what situation, if I came home and told you I had a girl pregnant,
right.
or if I told you I shot somebody, I came home and whatever I told you, them was your favorite words to me.
Because it's so true, and if you think about that, man, that's just true, man.
Them was your favorite words to me. When you just said them words, I could just remember you saying that. Well, you made that choice. You gotta live. You gotta do the time. I don't gotta do the time. You gotta go do the time.
Right.
I remember you telling me that my whole life.
And that's true too.
My whole life, you telling me.
I remember telling you that, and even when you was in jail, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, man, I know you don't love it here, but when you make the choices you make, you gotta deal with that. And the thing that I loved about you when it came to jail is you manned up, man. I don't think I could have did that. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I ain't no fucking jail person. That motherfucker locked me down in the police station. I get fucking worried. I called my lawyer, John Calabino. I called fucking Paul Jabor. I called somebody. Come get me the hell up out of here. Shit. I don't do jail well, man. That's why I don't understand how you did 17 straight up.
Yeah. My brother Unique's in the building.
What's up, Unique?
My brother Unique's in the building, man. What's up, brother?
Chilling. You know, I had to jump in here real quick.
You get that mic so there. They don't see you.
I don't want to be
I don't like to be seen. You only want to be heard.
I
Like
just
me. I
want
don't
to be
wanna
heard. That's all.
I'd rather be heard.
So let me jump in this real quick, if y'all don't mind.
All right.
The first thing we got to remember is when Pops was coming up, there was a sense of community.
Absolutely.
What I mean by that is it didn't matter if he was your pops or not. It was about respect. Respect your elders.
That's right.
Today, teachers can't chastise your kids.
Right.
Today, nobody can tell your kids nothing. And
Right.
then to add insult to injury, a lot of mothers don't respect their kid's father.
Yeah.
So what you teaching the kid?
To not
Exactly.
Right.
So if you teaching a kid how to not respect their own father, how in the world you expect them to respect
anybody else in life? They never did that. Never happened. That never happened.
So that's what's happening today. Everybody is so possessive and territorial that we get away from what the sense of community is, and that's the problem. You know, everybody want to point the fingers and blame one another, but nobody's really taking accountability for what the real truth is. Because to be honest with you, it's like role models. How can you have a role model? Most role models are not the father. You know,
Nah, that's my father was my role model.
I said most.
My father was my role model.
What I mean is most. If you talk about when you put posters up on your wall, did you put your dad up on the wall?
Yep. I had an old basketball picture
Okay.
of my father with a trophy that in every bedroom I had.
Well, growing up, you know,
yeah, I remember the picture he's talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Every bedroom I had, my father was in my bedroom.
so that's dope. See,
You understand what I'm saying?
now, that's a whole
My
nother
mother,
mindset.
my mother never, ever poisoned me about my dad, bro.
So that's dope.
My mother never did that, bro. No, I can say how evil my mother is and the shit that my mother ever did to me.
Uh-huh.
My mother never, ever poisoned me about my dad, bro.
So let me ask you a question. What kind of father do you think I am?
All right, you're a good father. I
You
see.
sure?
Yeah. Because I see how you father
You
your
see
kids.
me.
I'm sure.
You sure?
Yes, I'm
I got
100%
two
sure.
daughters who think different.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
is that?
That's the way it is, because that just, I don't know. That's just how fucking.
Why is that?
Yeah, no, but
Why
if
is
you
that?
got two
Answer
women,
the
let me
question.
respond to that. If you got two daughters who,
Yes.
who you're referring to like that,
Yep.
I have to say the mother has to play a role in that.
Ding, 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 ding,
you know,
ding.
The
Just
mother has to, man.
that's the ding, ding, ding that I'm talking about. It's all about manipulation. It's all about the information that's being fed. Like, to give you an example, is this. Most, like I said on your posts, okay? A woman will say to a man who she has kids with.
yeah, I don't even want to. No, I don't.
wait,
I
it's
don't.
just-
No, Unique. I can't let you do that because I don't want to. I don't even want to bring that post up right now
Okay,
because
it has to do.
that takes me off my. That takes me off my topic.
It's not about your post.
Oh, all right.
It's about a post. Okay.
All right.
What I'm saying to you, it says, you know, there's a lot of women in the world, right, who break up with their baby daddy, and then they have expectations of their baby daddy to be a father. You understand? Okay, but then they have a whole bunch of criterias and rules that man has to follow when that they feel is right. Don't have my kids around a woman, right? Yet they shacking up with another dude. Okay. Don't have nobody touching my kid's hair. Don't have nobody doing this. Don't have nobody doing that. When their relationship, it's okay for them to have that guy or that girl, for that matter, if you talk about men and women, doing all those things. You see what I'm saying? It becomes a slippery slope, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. But how did we get here?
How?
Yeah,
I can tell you how. Okay.
How we get here?
So it's by design. It's called the divide and conquer. I keep going back to that, the Willie Lynch letters. Okay. When I talk about the Willie Lynch letters, what they do is they put light-skinned blacks against dark-skinned blacks. They put men against women. Okay. They put, you know, wealthy versus poor. It wasn't no such thing. We used to come together. If you think about the marches, it was all walks of life. If somebody did anything to Rosa Parks, remember the back of the bus and all those things like that?
Yeah.
We all stood together. It wasn't about, oh, you poor, so you're not in this group. It became a smaller and smaller and smaller group. Do you understand? And that's what's happening. We don't have a community today because we don't have family. Family's not as important.
And I always, I'm 10 toes. I believe in that. I definitely believe in that. But well, my thing is that with family and stuff, I don't even like to get into that no more. You know why?
Why?
Because people don't value their family.
That's my point.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't value your family, that's on you. I value mine.
So let me help you.
You understand what I'm saying? That's that point of that. You understand what I'm
When
saying?
we grew up, right? When we were growing up, the way we always looked at it like the women was the glue to the family. Okay, the elder women were the
Grandma
glue
was the glue to the family.
Yeah, Big Mama's house. That's how we always looked at it, which actually played a role to what we see today. Okay, what we in that mind, you didn't realize that you're saying pop wasn't important, but who was on the grill? Who was bringing the groceries in? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the context and the concept of what I'm trying to say to you is it's called an imbalance, the yin and the yang. Everybody plays a role. If you're not paying attention to the roles and you take one of them roles away, then you have an imbalance.
Imbalance, and then everything's messed up.
It's a slippery
I get it, but I wanna finish this interview with my dad about because I really want, because Chief was supposed to be here, but like I told you, Chief was supposed to be here with his dad. I don't know, he didn't get up. I don't know what happened, but I want you to just narrate.
Okay.
Me, just when I mean narrate, I mean when you see where the conversation's going, where I could have been misled on through his belief teachings.
Yeah.
And you understand what I'm trying to say? Say that's where you should have. You know, you get it?
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm gonna get back to. I want to get back to valuing stepfathers, because a lot of people women don't value stepfathers, and I don't think people value stepfathers. And my father was a perfect example of a great stepfather. You understand what I'm saying? I never got jealous of you, stepfather, and none of your kids. Have I? Did we, in my life, I've never had. You know, I seen kids. Oh, that's not your kid, your real kid. And I hate women that do that.
Me too. Me too.
Can I say that? Unique, proper to say that. I hate when women say, "Deal with that kid and not your own." Hold on, Unique. If I live in the house with my stepkid, so guess what? I'm gonna be more with my stepkid. Am I right?
You're right. But the catch is this. See, there's another piece at play. Okay, you got to think. Most of the time, it's blended families. Most women have more than one kid.
I need the short version.
That's the short version. The short version is this: introduce another kid who's the biological kid to that man who actually is a stepdad as well.
Okay, got you. So how did you do it, Dad? How did you introduce us to your stepkids?
No, what I'm saying, in the same house. I'm saying he came into a situation with a woman who had a kid, right? And then he had a kid with that woman.
Nah, that's not what happened.
I'm saying to you, what you got to introduce.
I get you.
Because now that woman is
the format.
Yes,
all right,
it's not.
But I'm asking you.
Well, I don't get it. So what am I missing here?
What you're missing is the fact that here's a woman who has 2 or 3 kids, one kid by one man, another kid by another man. And what she's telling, okay, see what he just said? Yeah. See, that's what I was getting at. Most men don't want to be in a house with kids or don't get with women.
Chief is calling me.
Okay, I called you a few times, but you get where I'm coming from.
I don't know what's wrong with this phone.
It's just something that we all have. It's a thing. You know, there's a song called "She Got Kids" by Lyfe Jennings. Okay, and the song goes, "She's got kids. I don't know if I'm ready to give. You know what they need for them to live." You get where I'm coming from? If we become more than just friends, what I gotta do for her, I got to do for them kids. You see what I'm saying? It's all thinking, because we are looking at it from a bigger than a lot of mothers do.
So do you get it now, Dad? So how did you introduce? What I'm trying to say is, how did you, when you got with a woman and you started loving her kids, how did you introduce your kids to them? How did you introduce me to mother?
Well, the beauty of my situation was as soon as I started dealing with the female, my kids are automatically in play.
Mhm.
That's every woman that
Wasn't
I've
a
ever
question.
been with,
Yeah.
ever slept with, ever had any relationship with knows that
Yes.
from the jump, from the rip. How I say it, from the rip.
From the rip. My
You know?
kids is in play. He
Oh,
put
my
us in
kids
play
in
off the
play,
top.
man.
Every woman my
Every
father
woman.
dealt with we was there like this. And that I don't want to get into that.
Even my wife, right?
Yeah.
My wife loved Jews.
Yeah, loves
She
yeah.
passed away.
Rest in peace, Ressa.
But
Yes.
my wife, especially this nigga.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
ask the ladies in the chat though. See, there's what I love about Trap Show, right? He has a lot of women like Mecca and
they already
and a few others in the chat, and ask their perspective because you got 3 men here,
right?
And we all have very similar experiences in relationships, so we understand what we're dealing with. But what I talk about is how does a woman look at it? Say she has 2 kids by 2 different baby daddies. Okay, does she ever feel like she has to maybe love one more because that's not her the
Nah, but I don't even want to ask no woman that.
Why not?
You know why? Because they're gonna have their own interpretations of it.
We want that.
You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna hold hell, but they're not men.
That's what
They're
I just
not men,
said.
so I don't look at their opinion. I don't want another man. Now, if I ask another man that, it's a different because I want his opinion. I don't want another woman's opinion about stepfather.
No,
another man's opinion.
It's her opinion about having 2 baby daddies. It's her opinion.
What does her having 2 babies daddies got to do with my stepfather?
She got 2 kids by 2 different men.
So what does that have to do with me being a stepfather to her kids?
She can give you insight as to how she looks at it. Okay, having a new man.
I wouldn't want to look at it from she's a woman though.
So how do you deal with it's like how do you learn how to be a chef from somebody who can't cook?
No, I'm saying I want to learn from somebody that's a chef, but that's a different terminology.
No, so what it is this. Okay,
because chef, man and woman can understand it, but a woman can't understand another man's perspective on being a father. So that's what I'm saying. She can understand a stepmother.
Yeah. So we getting all the men stepfathers. All of us have been stepfathers.
Yes.
Every last one of us have been stepfathers. There's no question, no doubt in that.
Doubt about it. I know.
Okay, that's why I said if you heard me, I said immediately right off the gate. I said we all have similar experiences in regards to that.
Men.
Yes, as men.
Ask me to ask women.
Now I'm asking you in regards to women, how do they view the situation where a new man comes into the situation? You get where I'm coming from? And they had a kid by somebody else. Do they
like I said, I can give mine.
Yes.
All right, let's give yours, Mecca. Let's get yours. All right, Chief and his dad's coming right now. Come on, Mecca. Let's get yours.
Ask all the women.
Yeah, right. Because
it's balanced.
I just can't let another woman tell me how to be a stepfather.
She's not. She's just telling you.
They'll try.
Of course, that's the problem.
If you give them that, so if I ask a woman, hey, how do I be? Of course, she's going to tell me.
Of course.
But if I ask her, why would I ask another woman how to be a stepfather and I can ask another man?
I'll give you an example. So yesterday, I was talking to one of my friends, associates. Nobody I slept with, just a female associate. And she was going off on me because her baby daddy is not much into sports. And she has a young son. He's a worker. He pays and does that. But he doesn't do sports. Now, the daughter's cheerleading and all that stuff. So when they're cheerleading and all that stuff, she has to take the son. So what the son wants to do because what he's around. She's blasting him to me.
Hold on. I'm trying to read all this and at the time. No woman can tell you how to be a stepfather.
Bingo.
Trapped because when mothers were not fathered. I don't get it.
She's saying mothers can't be fathers. That's what she's saying.
Huh? No woman can tell you how to be a stepfather, trapped because when mothers, that's why I had 3 kids by one dude. That way I don't have to explain nothing to nobody.
Bingo.
No, man, but I'm just saying, I'm just saying, right? What I'm saying is that when introducing stepkids to nowadays,
Yeah.
it's harder.
That's what I just said.
This is what I was getting up to until I got sidetracked.
Go ahead.
I was getting up to that when you was growing up, it was easy for you to bring your kids in play because you always brought us in play. But in 2025, people are territorial. Other kids are territorial. You understand what I'm saying? And
division.
You understand what I'm saying?
Women are more territorial now.
That's
all
of everybody.
I think that for me, like when I was with this female and she had a kid or two, and I got fucking 9 kids, so how the fuck I gonna say anything? But when I put my kids around her kids, they was like sisters and brothers.
Absolutely.
And that's the way I live. That's the way I am. That's the way I'm gonna always be. And hopefully that's the way my son is, But everybody's an individual, man, and I don't hold,
But what Trap is getting at is true. Everybody is very possessive today, and that's what I said.
Yes.
It's like we can take the stepdad out of the equation,
right?
And you can say, like, I got cousins and sisters and brothers, and my cousins and my sisters and brothers, we grew up like sisters and brothers. But my kids and their kids, they don't know each other.
Right.
I think that nowadays, check this out. This is my term on it. So I can get to another topic. Mothers now and fathers, well, I'm saying both.
I know,
right? Are very sensitive. The reason why it was sensitive is because if you got your kid's mother in your ear, why you doing for that kid and da 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 da. You always are conscious.
Well, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. If you got a baby mother like that, she's an idiot.
Thank you.
If she's gonna act like that and say those kinds of things, she's an idiot. And
How many women?
I don't mean no disrespect, ladies.
How many women do you think say that?
A lot.
A lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Like we was talking about earlier, there's a lot of things that happen. The percentage is high. There's a percentage where, all right, so now we're good. Now that we're talking about percentage, I'm going to bring up the conversation we was having.
Right.
We was talking about the post I made, and you was like, oh well, all women don't cheat on Facebook, right? And that's what we was talking about. Right. And I said, no, Dad. I didn't say that all women. See, people took their post and said, I wasn't talking about not being on social media. I'm talking about women that's all they do is be on social media. Every woman, right. I'm not saying your woman shouldn't have social. I'm talking about women that are on social media, you doing the most.
Right.
That's what I was talking about. Everybody went on the post and was like, oh, you're insecure. No.
So Trap.
So hold on, though.
Go ahead.
My father said, I said, Dad, how many other relationships are in turmoil on Facebook, but people were fronting? And he said, a lot of them.
Of course.
So you being having her on Facebook or him on Facebook during turmoil, right, breeds what?
More
cheating.
Turmoil. Yeah. So you know what I was going to say? What I was going to say is only a hit dog is going to holler.
A what?
Only a hit dog is going to holler. What I mean by that, if you say something that bothers somebody, right, they the hit dog. So what they doing? Hollering.
Yeah, because you see a lot of people if you go read the post, you see a lot of people.
I like this dude. He broke that shit down, man.
You get it? So they get offended because it rubs, like some people can't accept the truth.
But see, I think they took it out of turn. I think they was just saying, I was saying, oh man, you should no, I don't want no woman. You can't be on social media. No, that's not what I was saying. That's not what I was saying. You go read it all and then think about it. I'm not saying I'm saying a woman that be on social media all day.
Well, there's, to me, you heard of the T, right? I call it the T.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot. That's little girl stuff. Okay, little girl stuff is when they're on Facebook and they know of every little thing of what somebody's saying and has an opinion on everything.
My thing is this. If only people that are on social media all day are people with Obama phones, ain't got no jobs, are on people's couches. They ain't making no money. They ain't making no money. Them are the people. Go look. There's a certain amount of people that are on social media all day.
So Trap, see,
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
I know, but see what you just said.
People work. Hold up. People that work get on their break, get on there, boom, or at weddings. Boom. I'm not talking about nothing like that, man. People, come on.
But see, this is the thing, though, Trap. Like that's the thing. The people you are talking to are on social media. Yeah. So remember I said a hit dog's gonna holler? They're gonna, if you say, hey, if you spending all your time on social media, you just included, I locked the door.
Yeah, that, open that.
Okay.
Hey, yo, can you stretch? I need you to
what, the cord?
Stretch the camera
so it can see more people. Yeah. Well, you got to zoom in. That's your problem.
That mic, move that mic.
I know. So what
that way.
Okay. So what I'm saying to you is this.
Oh shit! Big dogs in the house.
Yeah. So what I'm saying,
Big with you?
He's on his way right now.
So what I'm saying to you is this: when you say social media, everybody's watching you on social media. Right? Every single person is watching you on social media. What's good with you? How you? So that means you talking to everybody in their mind because they didn't hear the rest of the information. They just heard social media. You get my drill? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's
yeah. No, let me show you what you didn't do. See, this is a zoom lens. You turn this.
Yeah, look.
Now you go all the way. You see how it's all the way the other way. Yeah, see, look. In, out.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you got to do. And if you want to go even further, you just back up the tripod so you can get more of the view. See? Gotcha. See that now? That's able to get more of the couch. And if you're not over there, look.
Got you.
See how I just turned it?
Yeah,
that's all. And if you back up a little more, if you sit it here, you can pick up the whole angle. So I'm getting ready to leave. So I'm going to put it over here for you. Bear with me while I move this camera.
My phone was dead, yo. He came to the house, everything. I was knocked out asleep. I was like, yo, what? I knew I had to get up this morning. Out of all mornings, I don't get up today. I was like, what the fuck?
See the difference?
I was blowing Trap's phone up. He wasn't even answering.
I go through the one. Move that over there because it's blocking your dad.
Yeah, nah, just put it over there right now. That's doing too much. We only got like that camera will die. I don't got the battery pack on.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Say less.
Yeah, this.
The wire, move the wire back on. It's back
all
on.
right.
Back on, man.
Yeah.
There you go. How's that?
Nah.
What you want? Just like
That's
that?
where it was. No, where it was.
Where
Just
it was?
yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. Like that?
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
All right.
We gotta learn to love each other. Everybody's opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the game.
That's the
Oh,
game.
look what you did, you did.
Oh, they gone.
All right, bro.
Who? Big Vic?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, shout out to everybody in the building, man. Chief Rock is definitely in the building, man. Chief Rock is definitely in the building, man. So, Chief, you was listening to the conversation.
I was listening to a little bit. I woke up out of nowhere. I was like, ooh, I hate waking up in the panic because I get a headache from that shit.
Yeah.
I woke up in the panic. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, I just knew I had something to do, and I'm calling my dad's phone. He ain't answering. I'm like, fuck. So I'm calling Trap.
Yeah.
I was blowing your shit. I was talking shit in the chat and everything. I was like, yo, Trap ain't even looking in the chat. I was like trying to get you to answer the phone.
Yeah, this phone, I don't know what's wrong with it, bro. It won't ring.
Pull up. I know Damage was looking forward to this too, or whatever. I didn't get to promote the shit yesterday.
Dad, put your mic in front of you.
Yeah, I just moved.
All
right.
I me and Trap been planning this for a long time, and then it spontaneously happened. My dad came to town. I called Trap and I was like, yo, Trap, you gotta get your dad over here. I was like, Uncle Benny was supposed to pull up too, but we was gonna do it yesterday, but we didn't do it yesterday. Trap had some things to do. and it was too spontaneous.
Yeah, but
we're making it happen still. My dad's on his way. He'll be here in like a couple minutes.
and my thing is too this. These are two men that inspired us. You know what I'm saying? That raised us. You know what I'm saying? Made us into the men we are. You understand what I'm saying? And I always thank my father, and I show him I love him, even though he, you know what I'm saying? We
Peace,
go through
everybody.
it. You know what I'm saying? Because he gets under my skin. Yeah. See, my father
Hey,
will
that's
get him.
payback.
Hey, nah. Hey, yo.
I heard that.
Yeah, but that's payback. You gotta get him back.
Hey, yo. A lot of times I realize this. My father will get under my skin. And I won't even let my father know he got under my skin. I love him that much. I won't even let him know he's under my skin. That's how much I love him. You understand what I'm saying, Chief?
That's respect too.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's just your respect, not only your love for your dad, because we don't want to be beefing with our dads even when we're mad. Like there's a lot of times when my dad pisses me off.
Yeah.
And I don't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
He might not know. And then even if he does know in the slightest, it still is what it is, because that's my dad. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that as long as you don't lose the respect, because the respect is a big word. People don't understand that. If you really think about respect, man, respect means something, man. That ain't just a word that somebody created. Respect is respect, man.
Yeah.
And I was raised that way. You respect,
Definitely.
man. My mother was living with this other guy. He wasn't my father, but the dude made sure my clothes was clean, made sure I ate, made sure I went to Central and played basketball. He made sure I had sneakers. You know what I mean? So that
those are things that
man,
some, like what you're saying right there, because I heard a little bit. I didn't hear the whole conversation. But when y'all was talking about stepdads a little bit or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So some stepdads is the shit. My mom and dad wasn't their relationship wasn't successful. And out of a few men that I know my mom dated or whatever, there was just only one that stood out that I looked at, even though I was well in tune with my own, but there was only one other guy that I ever looked at like a father figure outside of my grandfather and outside of my dad. And shout out to Orlando Hughes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So Dad, he made sure he was a provider, actually. That's what you're saying? He made sure you had sneakers, he made sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it sounds like cliche right now. He made sure you had sneakers, but back then
that was a big deal.
I didn't have no.
And that was a big deal.
I had fucking. I remember. And this is a guy. This is a real true story.
Yeah.
We had a cornflakes box.
Yeah.
I had so big of holes in my sneakers. I ripped the cornflakes box up and stuffed them in my sneakers and played a basketball game that day. And that's the God's honest truth, man.
Chief, you hear what he just said?
Chief, that last part the guy was reading. I'm sorry.
My sneakers had such holes in them, and I was so poor.
Yeah.
I had to rip up a cereal box, cornflakes box.
Put the cardboard
in my and play the game. And then in the most embarrassing part of my life, the sock came out. I'm running down the court, and the sock's fucking from the bottom of my sneakers.
Are you serious, Dad? You never told me that story, Dad.
But I was 11 or 12 years old. I was a kid.
Still though, that's crazy.
Even though I was traumatized in my life with my sneaker, that's why I got so many shoes now.
Me too.
I always had one pair of shoes. My grandparents weren't materialistic. I always had one pair of shoes to go with all my outfits. I didn't like that, but they never let me get to the point to where, I had holes or anything like that. That shit might have happened with my clothes, not my shoes, because I remember my grandmother with a lot of my jeans back in the day. My grandmother used to put the iron-on patches.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't stand no patches.
Oh yeah. I was raised on patches.
To me, that was like a patch on an inner tube, or a pop inner tube, because you didn't go buy no new inner tube either back in the day. But you were sanding that shit down, you would put the patch on there, glue it, whatever, and throw that shit back on the bike.
Yo, but believe it or not, man, back in my day, that was like a style, man. Like to have the patches on your pants
that's what us,
back in the day, that was like a style. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right. That's what we turned it into because of how innovative we are.
Right. But that shit was dope, man.
So that was one of your embarrassing moments growing up and as a poor kid in South Providence?
What?
When you had holes in your sneakers?
Oh yeah,
imagine going for a layup in your socks.
And that's what happened.
That's what I was thinking. That.
And I was a bad motherfucker, believe me when I tell you, on the basketball court. But that was so embarrassing, man. I don't think I came out the house for like a week. I was so embarrassed about that shit.
Yeah. And so how did you recuperate from that? What made you say, yo, fuck that, I'm not gonna let that stop me? You just won how many championships? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you became a better man. It seemed like you was.
Well, it made a better person.
That's what I'm saying. That the normal kid would have turned to the streets. That at your age, that experience and what you experienced, right? The normal kid would have turned to the streets.
Probably.
Turn to the streets. There's no probably that.
No,
you had holes
right.
in. You're the star of the basketball team. You got holes in your sneaker. You got to put a cardboard box in your sneaker to play ball at a big game, right? And your sock comes out.
Don't remind me.
No, but I'm just saying that takes. Yo, you took my That's why I love my grandmother. Rest in peace, Carol Ann Washington, because I know she was on you to make that, because it molded you to be a better man after that. You know what I'm saying? That was a pivotal point in your life. Absolutely. Where it was. I never heard that story. That's why I'm still on it, because I never heard that. That's a serious story. You know, understand what I'm saying? I never heard my dad had to put cardboard box in his sneaker because he had holes in his sneaker. You understand what I'm saying?
Ian was one of the best players on the court.
Yes.
That's what's really bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like you was one of the bums and you were sitting on the bench and you wasn't getting in the game, and that's why you don't understand what I'm saying. And I could, you know what I mean? And after then, you know what I'm saying, after that point of your life and they got you off the bench, did anybody come into your life at any point of that time to tell you, yo, to push on, just don't worry about it? Well, did you have any inspiring person to come into your life?
And you're going to say yes. Roosevelt Bells Benton.
Yes.
He took care of me. He made sure. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sit right there. Big Vic, sit right there. Sit right there, Big Vic. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I had people like that in my life, man.
Oh God. I got the infamous, man. So check this out, man. These guys here, man. You guys know these are the legendary fathers, man. These guys here, man. These guys, first and foremost, they're nasty mother effers. Both of them are nasty. I want to get that out of play first and foremost. They both are very, very well. I'm not saying now. They're experienced now because they're older gentlemen now. But I'm gonna let Big Vic introduce himself to those that don't know him, because y'all hear him on the podcast. Now you'll get to see him. If y'all want to meet him, Big Vic, are you single?
Oh. No,
I'm just saying, Big Vic. I don't know the situation.
Not on camera.
Not on camera. Oh, see, that's where I get it. That's where I get it. You motherfuckers, this is where I get it. This is my father. See, I don't want to hear nobody. He said that. Not on camera. All right, so go ahead.
I just want to say, I don't know if it's better to have a great awakening or a grand rising. It all depends. Grand Rising is cool too. But yeah, man, I'm just excited to be here. I'm happy to finally meet you guys in person, and you know.
This is Tap's dad.
Yeah, man.
Still Washington, but he's known as Mousy, and Mousy, this is Big Vic.
The
real Victor Brooks.
The real Vic.
You know how I say to you,
the real trap.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I feel you.
AKA Moby Vic, AKA Frogman.
Now, you guys being baby's daddies, do y'all get along? Did y'all get along with your baby's mothers?
Now,
and what did it take?
I think for me, I had to get a little bit older and just start recognizing my fault and the absenteeism in the situation. I had to accept that, you know. I had to, with Zay, for example, I had to really get in where I fit in, because you know, you were there for part of that ride. His mom didn't want him to play football. She wanted him, you know, she had Zay in fucking ballet, piano classes and stuff like that. She was afraid of him getting hurt. So but again, being an absentee father, and I was a problem, she held the burden. She woke up to it. She went to bed to it. So, you know, I had to be accepting of that and just basically get in where I fit and try to be part of it. And it wasn't easy. I didn't like it. You know, I'm the dad. But truth be said, is I really feel like Black women carry the burden of raising Black America. We as men will make a situation like that, get up, walk away, and go on to the next episode. Those
which
women,
makes them stronger.
they are stuck with that
Yeah,
situation.
and that makes them eventually strong, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I had to be accepting of that. That you know, I was an absentee father, and I just basically had to get in where I fit in at. You know.
So how did you?
And I hear you what you're saying, but in his case, I wasn't absentee. I was there from taking him home from the hospital until we actually.
So I went to prison.
Right. So, and I did the 17 years with him.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So it is what it is, man. And I think that, you know, I'm proud of my son, you know, because honestly, and I lost a son. I need to say that. Rest in peace, Marquise.
Rest in peace.
But I really thought I was gonna lose this guy, man.
Yeah.
That's how the shit was. I was so nervous. I was so, and I come from a athletic background. My family was very sheltered. They made sure, oh, you're gonna go to college. You're gonna, you know, I was raised like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't raised in the streets.
He came from a military background, so
well, that's even better. That's even better than mine.
Yeah.
Military, that teaches you discipline, and you have to have discipline in your life, man.
But and that's why my morning got a very auspicious start, because I'm texting him, he's not responding. I drive over to his house, he's not up.
Been there.
My phone died.
Been there.
And
Been there.
Everything that I learned in the military and from, you know, my upbringing, the only thing you're allowed to be late for is death. You know, there's nothing else you're supposed to be
You're supposed to be late
for anything else. So I'm happy to be here to celebrate you guys. I mean, to celebrate fatherhood for us, and to really, I don't tell him enough of, you know, how proud I am of him and the long way that he's come a long way. But there's still a lot more.
You got yeah. That's just being honest.
One of my proudest moments here, celebrating this moment with you guys. This nigga's like 6'2", 260, 270 pounds. Victor and I have never had a conversation louder than this.
Wow.
We have never, and we've had some disagreements, and there's some shit that he's did that I don't. We've never had a conversation louder than this.
Right, we didn't.
Me and my father have never. We
never really.
Never.
Like,
when he was drinking, when he was drunk, he used to go off. But sober, me and my father has never fought.
Wow.
Man, that's the truth.
We has never fought. Never fought.
We disagreed.
Yeah, we had some. I disagree with a lot. Like.
And this is what I tell kids, and this is one of one of the things I want to show people today is, and people that are watching is, how respect we have for our dads. And when I see kids that don't respect their dads, I look at this. When my father, if I see anybody that of that, I don't know, I can't even just say it like older elders. When they tell me, Trap, stop, guess what I do? Especially if they know me and they know my dad, I stop. Imagine if my father was there. My father don't have to lift a finger. Yeah. Hey, Adrian. That's nowadays, parents don't have control of their children like you have over us. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't want to say my father I've got beatings. I can't say my father whooped my ass.
That was my middle name.
You understand what I'm saying? But when I got to a certain age, my father stopped beating me because I knew respect. Because I was learning respect from the streets. So after I got to a certain age, my father stopped hitting me. He stopped picking me up with one hand, beating me with the other, because he didn't have to, because I knew respect already. You understand what I'm saying? I already knew respect.
But you know why I think that happens is I think that happens because I don't know about Big Trap, but it came to a point that I started to have admiration for him. And I guess you have no idea when I started to admire you. And I'll tell you when. We were playing basketball at Turkey Kitchen. You came down with Johnny. And I'm a hooper. Still hooping.
Yeah, you wanted to play me yesterday. I'm going to do you dirty. I'm going to do you dirty.
But listen.
All right.
I like this guy.
He got a breakaway. And he dunked it. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? So all my dreams and my aspirations for what I wanted to do, I started to dream again. I'm like, yo, I can see this happening and shit. But what he didn't understand, and I really had a chance to play it more than himself, with a lot of kids, when it comes to sports and basketball, they don't make the decision whether this is just a hobby, a habit, or whether this is something that I'm dedicating myself to.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have the dedication. It was more of a hobby. So there's a difference in when you're dedicated to something, when something you're just being passive and doing it. You know,
Right.
It really takes dedication to be successful in anything.
Right.
And I agree with you to that, Big Vic, because I can say that with my dad because, and I ain't never even told my dad this. When my father was playing basketball, I never lived up to his expectations, so that's why I stopped. I was tired of people saying I wasn't good as my father. All right, I'm going to the streets. That's why I gave up basketball.
Wow.
Everywhere I went, every court I stepped on in this city, I had to hear that. Pressure that is.
For 1 minute. I think a lot of it is because I won the state basketball championship all 4 years in high school. All 4 years I was in high school, I won the state championship basketball all my life. And people know I was known for be a baller. I wasn't big as shit, but I was a baller. The motherfucker said, most of you get out there and play with your ass. You know what I mean? But you know, and I never wanted that for him. I never wanted him to say, oh, I gotta be like my father was, you know what I mean, on basketball.
You don't have to say that though.
I understand. I don't have to say it. I'm
Especially
just
coming
saying.
from a town where everybody knows everybody, you kind of wear you expected books to play, basically. You know?
Well, more than my expectation of my daughter playing a boogie playing ball, it was the action that she already always showed. It wasn't something that I forced on her.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, brother, you brought up Zay's situation in Zuri. Zuri been running since she was born. Even though this is her first year, she accomplished what she accomplished.
Yeah.
So it's kind of similar like that. Like, Boog would be in the car. I'd be at the rec balling still. I'm like 19, 18, still playing ball, full court. My daughter will be in her carriage, as long as she had her little snacks or whatever. Like, Boog, this is all Boog used to do. Why look like she was taking in information? I never know no other child or baby at 1 year old, 2 years old, sit down in front of a TV and watch.
I never
knew
did.
ball was kind of something with her aside of what she had in her genetically through, you know, because I got both sides of the family. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was destined she was going to do that. When I started seeing her play, kind of similar to the story my father told, watching me play, I probably shared that same feeling. And that's why my daughter had the life and career with ball that she did.
Well, when you were, I think when he was like 3 years old, I came home from Japan and I was at his grandfather's house. I grabbed my ball, I'm getting ready to go down the court. Dad, he's trying to run with me. Like, nah, they go back and put him in the fence, close the fence up. I hear him screaming, hollering. His fucking shirt is hooked onto the fence. And he's hanging. Dad, I'm going to play basketball.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
No, but and that's great. But you know what I want? The real. How do we get the message to kids now, right, Big Vic, and to parents now that we can't put pressure on kids? I mean, not can't put pressure because my father never had that. I don't ever want to think you put pressure on me. But you didn't put pressure on me. You put pressure on me because you was a bad motherfucker. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't do nothing wrong. You know what I mean? But kids that have to live with that, we make these changes because that's a lot of pressure. And I don't know if another man has ever admitted this. Yo, it gets so pressureful that you just start resenting basketball. And at one time in my life, I really resented basketball because of that. And my messages, I never shared that with nobody because I feel that's selfish. I feel that's like, you understand what I'm saying, Chief? I feel it's selfish, like, you know what I'm saying? I had to resent something because I wasn't good enough. So that's why I never shared it, but I just felt to share it now because I want people to understand that what other kids might go through.
Look
And it's
around,
okay.
might be going through. But for me, coming up in the absence of the years where I was developing even though I already had everything. I was one of those kids that wanted to be like their father.
Yeah.
I did want to be like my father or whatever. So everything that I knew or that I had before the time of absence is what became part of me. You know what I'm saying? Used to come home from the Navy, your fights recorded. We used to see fights and shit or whatever. They used to show me how to box and stuff like that. But that shit always stuck with me. That shit always stuck with me. So that's why boxing and basketball is like this with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I love basketball more, but like boxing is right there. So,
Trap, what you're saying, and I feel your emotions on that, because when he's talking about basketball and boxing, those were my second dreams. Those weren't even my first dreams, because I never felt like I wanted to be ordinary. I always felt like I was supposed to be bigger than life. And I was just telling him a story the other night when we were at dinner. When you talk about loving something so much and you can't live up to someone that you stop doing it, I just told you the other night, I've never touched a guitar since age 15. This is emotional for me because I'm not supposed to be here in Rhode Island. Never, not that I don't, if I didn't come here,
I was gonna say,
but
man,
it wasn't supposed to be. I was 13 years old, and music was my first love. And my brother, just like you were living up to your dad, I was walking in my brother's shadows because I wasn't around. People didn't even call me Victor. They called me Little Ben. My brother was one of the best bass guitar players in the state of Alexandria, Virginia. And so my life did a 360 because we had just did a show. Well, my brother's band was doing a show. I was 12 or 13, and the guitar came up to hear to me. And it was a group called Rare Earth, and it was a bass solo in it. And my brother had taught me that. And we had played, man, we would stay all night to perfect something. And so his band was playing, and I'm sitting back on the corner of the stage, and the solo's getting ready to come, and he's nodding to me. Come in, come in. And I'm like, well, my heart's racing. Just before the solo, he hands me the fucking guitar. Dude, I kill it. Next day, it's on the second page of the news.
Wow.
It's like this little dude, the guitar's up to here, and everybody's going crazy. And it was the biggest crowd I'd ever performed in front of. And my life went from dreaming to being the next big thing. About 3 months later, my brother's band opened up for the fucking Jackson 5. How big this thing was supposed to be. 6 months later, we murdered. So I'm here in Rhode Island due to a tragedy in my family. My mother falls apart. I wind up in foster home. 18 months later, my brother pulls up and says, hey, we're going to Rhode Island. I never fucking heard of Rhode Island. You know? And every time I come over that, what is it, Hillside Avenue and Autonomy Hill, and I'm looking down at that water, all I could do is cry and, you know, have some good memories, because I was taking this dude over to the base when he was a baby. I came home and he pissed all over my shoulders.
Oh, God. He was a pissy one.
I never changed his diaper. That was the only time I had to change his diaper. But yeah, I never talked about my musical background when I got to Rhode Island. No one's ever seen me.
So basically, you gave it up.
That even now, when I'm going on a cruise, I perform. I turn the cruises out, but it still hurts.
There's some video evidence too, Trash.
Yeah, if I sing something or I do a song that my brother's band used to do, it's different for me because I'm singing it from my heart. I'm singing it because I want everyone to experience the journey. I want to take you along with me. It's like an artist painting a picture. You know, you want people to look at that portrait and feel your emotions. And when I do grab the mic and I sing, you know, I admire. You know, so it's really hard sometimes. I can sing and cry at the same time.
Now, my question to you now: do y'all? I want to say this to both of y'all. Do y'all treat your grandkids with more love because you
relationship? the strongest bond that I feel, believe it or not, is Tay. Tay and I are so much alike. You know,
They getting my
our
father
mentality.
zooted, bro. You got my father zooted. Yo, you got man. Yo, pass that to Big Vic, man. Get him some of
I
that.
guess do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. We gonna get them niggas high, man. We just over there sending that shit to my dad, man. Pass that shit to him. I need him high too. Hell yeah.
I do gummies. I do gummies.
Yeah, I don't know. We ain't doing no gummies up in here, Big Vic. We don't do gummies up. He does them the mushrooms
I
and
like
shit.
them gummies.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, nah. But all kidding aside, you guys, man. You guys are two inspirable men, and both of us, and we've learned from. I've learned from a lot of my father's mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that I love is how you treat your grandkids, man.
Yeah.
How you treat Pop. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I just see how much love you give into your grandkids, and you know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I'm sad that my kids are away from you far as they are, because I know that they will get the same love. You understand what I'm saying? And yo, you guys, man, pushing towards your grandkids. We built men. You built some real men right here. You understand what I'm saying? You built real men right here. You know what I'm saying? It's about the grand down.
For me,
you know what I'm saying? It's about strengthening. I want you guys to strengthen your relationship with your grandkids. Dad, I want you to strengthen your relationship with my kids. I want you to strengthen your relationship with all your grandkids. Big Vic, the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how I want to watch y'all now. Because y'all to the age now that we're watching y'all, you know what I mean? We saying old little chickens no more. You know what I'm saying? And we still follow behind yous. And y'all leadership ain't done yet.
Oh no,
some people think that their dads it's not done yet. Y'all ain't done yet. Y'all got grandkids that we're watching, because we get grandkids. And I'm how my father interacts with his grandkids. I still mimic after my dad, and he still mimics after you, so your jobs ain't done. That's my, you know, understand what I'm saying? My message to both of y'all.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I know Chief probably got one to y'all, but that's my message to both of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That was deep.
And I got a message. And my message is to my kids, my grandkids, and anyone. We'll talk as long as you listen. Listening, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna waste my time. If you're willing to hear and listen, that means you're willing to learn. But when you feel like you know more than me,
and it's crazy you say that, because when I was young, my father made me. I had no to listen. See how these kids, you fathers be giving these kids option to listen? Yo, my father gave me the option, shut up while he talked, and I listened. Whether in one ear or the other, that was another thing, but I stopped and I had to listen.
But let me ask you this, Big Trap. I learned to parent like my mother. Even when in a teaching moment, in situations, I always wanted to know what they were thinking. And I always took the time to explain the consequences of their actions. Zay's mother called me one time. I think Zay was 15 or 16. Vic, you got to get over here. I found 2 ounces of weed in Zay's room. It's like, what? Smell that shit. Is that shit some fire? Over there. I said, no, you know, Shagria, you tell him the consequences of his actions. Like, dude, you carrying this, you get hit, you know, you get knocked off. Are you built for prison? You be real with it. You don't act like shit is brand new. You know what I'm saying? You explain the consequences and what were you thinking when you did this? And this is what could possibly happen. And then, you know what I'm saying? If you keep going on with the same mistakes, I'm going to have to whoop your ass, because I didn't believe in.
No, Big Vic, you can't do that nowadays. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm glad that you said that. How do we go about parenting now in 2025 when my dad used to whoop my ass and you used to whoop Vic's ass? So it's the same thing. So, but you have to go different now. How would you go different about this now in 2000? How would you give the advice right now to the younger fathers how to discipline their kids without hitting them?
Well, one of the things you got to remember is that we're living in a whole nother time than me and him. We don't live in that time. And we know you can't physically abuse your kids today, but I'll take every goddamn thing you got. PlayStation, fucking new Jordans, all that shit. That stops. That stops. That's how I do it. I mean, that's how I would do it.
In line with what you're saying, like minus the beating. my grandfather, when he spoke, it was like thunder and lightning. And everything was an order.
That's how my grandmother was.
So
rest in peace, Carol Ann.
Like said, whether it was going in one ear out the other, but
Right.
the way he spoke, it was.
Right.
You heard it.
Yes.
My grandfather's words was going in one ear and rattling around your head for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't understand it, there's a lot of things that he used to say back then that I understand now.
No. Oh yeah, that's how.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's how I am with my dad.
Whatever. But when I was younger, whether I was being ignorant, naive, whatever, and he was saying there was the points like Trap, know that like I might not been listening because I was on mines or whatever. Like my grandfather didn't have to beat me or whatever. He always had the ability and capability to beat you with words because he gonna make you realize or understand, or you're gonna do it yourself because or whatever. You're gonna understand your bullshit and the consequences or whatever. Besides what the consequences he puts on you for your actions.
I never whooped you that, but your mother's the one that whooped you.
I remember 2 times you got me ever in my life or whatever. Like you didn't never really have to or whatever, but it was my mom.
See, my father beat me. I got too many beatings.
My mom used to tear me up.
Yeah.
I was really always doing shit though, But remember that time I took off from the house? This is when we was in Orlando. I took off from the apartment, remember the second floor apartment or whatever.
I remember. Yeah.
I came down the stairs. I don't know why, but I used to love the smell of gas.
Yes.
I go over to the gas station Trap just so I can smell gas.
Real shit. No, seriously.
That's some weird shit, man.
My mom came out of nowhere.
That's some weird shit, Chief. Chief, that's some weird shit.
I was an adventurous.
I guess you was.
Like, but now I know my mom opened my eyes, but I didn't know that the gas station trying to smell gas. But I was always honest in what I said and what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? And growing up with me like that used to be a little static between me and my grandmother. We used to beef because I would always say the truth, but I wasn't being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. But I was being taught to shut up. You know what I'm saying?
How do you guys address your grandkids or other kids in the family when they're being disrespectful in front of you?
I whip their goddamn ass.
And I see, hold up. When we went camping, that love you're talking about, how your father be with the grandkids, I seen them.
Oh, with my son, right?
I seen them get on them and love them at the same time. And the kid was like,
not knowing what to say. That's right.
Yeah, my father.
When he called me one time and he was frustrated with Tay because Tay was like, Chief, pack his shit. I mean, have him pack all his clothes in a suitcase, put that shit by the door, and tell him that you're either in or you're out, because you can't put your hands on them.
Mm-hmm.
But to make that choice, and sometimes as much as we might want to, we want to change it. Kids get to a certain point, we as people get to a certain point. We know what's right or wrong, but we're going to change them, and you got to be accepting of that.
Do you think that is cruel for her, right? To let her 13-year-old son run the street, right? And once he figures out, see what happened was I was 13 and I was trying to hang out. So what my mother did to me one day, she said, "You want to hang out on these streets?" I was 13. You know what my mother did to me? She locked the doors. I was tired. I was hungry. All my boys went home. She used to laugh. That's just not funny, man. That's just not funny, G. That was
going to do that.
Now, I want to finish the story by saying I slept on the porch like this on the thing. So my mother opened the door. She said, "Now, do you want to hang in them streets or do you want to come in here and be a 13-year-old boy?" I said, I want to come in the house.
You never told me that one.
Yeah. She let me. I was on 362 Public Street. She let me in the house. Right? So this story ain't over. I wanted to go to sleep. No. It was a weekend. I'm never gonna forget. We cleaned the house. You know, Mama used to clean the house on Sunday. I had to do chores. She said, "You want to hang out in the streets? You got to do the garbage." I was sitting there having fun. I didn't want to hang out no more. Know what I'm saying? But I thought that was evil because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't lock my kid out on the streets right now and leave him and lock the doors on him.
Well, we live in a whole different time
I
now,
was gonna
too.
say
You're
that,
talking
yeah.
about 40 years ago.
But
Yeah, but it was bad, but it wasn't like it is now.
But to your question though, what I feel like I hear you asking is, how do you rectify that now? I would say by us as black men and fathers being there from day one, though. And if you want that kind of respect that he's talking about, his grandfather commanded, because when he came home from the hospital, I don't know, you ever tell Trap the story? So we go pick him up from the hospital. His grandfather goes in and gets both of the little baby seat and everything, and his grandmother was there, and he sits the chair in the front seat, and she looks at him, and where's I'm going to sit?
My grandfather and my grandmother sit in the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
So he was his day one. So that respect that Andy commanded from him, I think it's easier to command that from somebody if you're there. But if you're an absentee father,
Right.
and you try to slip back into the picture,
Right.
and now you want to have that kind of command, that kind of respect from that, you done missed out though.
And that's what we be trying to teach. Shout out to Damon Harrell Sr., man. This is what we be talking about a lot of times about fatherhood, and we be dealing with females and stressing that you have to be we have to be in these lives, because when they get older, we want that respect. And if you're not there now, you're not going to get that respect.
No.
Because I don't know, if my father wasn't there for me the way he was, I wouldn't have the same respect for him right now.
Oh, we went through it. He wrote me a letter. I'll never forget this. I don't care. I got short term, but he was 14. And he wrote me, and I'm going to change my name and all this other shit. And I'm like, you know, do what you got to do.
I think he told, he explained that on the podcast. He wrote that letter to you before.
Yeah.
And that hurt him. When he was explaining how he wrote that letter, that was one of the hardest moments of his life but he had to let you, that was how he was feeling. See, and I could really say I never felt like that about my dad, because me and my dad man, we slept on the floor. Man, well, I didn't sleep on the floor. My dad did. He gave me the bed. You know what I'm saying? We had one bed and we had one room. You know what I'm saying? And my father was like, yo, before you go to them streets, you coming with me. And he grabbed me and we stayed in this one bedroom, and he had a cot. And I said, Dad, where we sleeping? He said, what? He made him a little thing on the floor. He said, get on the bed. And I used to look down at my dad sleeping on the floor. And to this day, I look at my kids and I remember that time, the sacrifices my dad made for me. And I remember that time that my dad, I used to sleep like this, and I used to watch my dad knocked out, snoring on the floor. And I used to go, damn, and the sacrifices fathers have to do for their kids. Yeah. And that's one of them ones that I never forget. And that's why the respect is there. You understand what I'm saying? Because I remember that. As a grown man, when you see a man sacrifice that, you never forget that. And you should never, ever forget that.
Right. Yeah.
And this is what I tell kids. The sacrifices we be making, I try to make sure my kids never have bad sneakers on like I had. The reason why I got 1,000 pairs of sneakers, because I never had 1,000 pairs of sneakers. Yeah, right. So nobody tell me to stop buying sneakers.
Right. Yeah. That's the truth.
I never had 1,000 pairs of sneakers.
That's what I be trying to tell.
You know what I'm saying? So when I give my kids with sneakers all the time, and people be like, why you buy these kids sneakers every week? Because I want my kids to be different.